Hello, my name is Nathan Green, and this is my ESP 103 portfolio. I will cover how the four threshold concepts our class covered have changed my life. The themes of growth and creativity have been instilled in me over time, and I have come to the realization that I can't lose these traits. The first threshold concept is the brain is plastic and growth is possible. Coming into college was a huge change for me. I was used to the high school environment. I was used to my hometown. I was used to my friends. This was all flipped upside down when I arrived at Miami University in August. I immediately knew that I had no option but to grow. The threshold concept of the brain is plastic and growth is possible became a reality that I needed to figure out. Thankfully, I feel that I have figured out this concept enough to function at a high rate in college. Several experiences helped me to grow from an inexperienced high school graduate to a confident college student. My ESP 103 class played a large role in this growth. Before college, I was used to the same schedule every day with straightforward assignments. Busy work and easy tasks filled my life. On the other hand, my ESP 103 class pushed me out of my comfort zone with purposeful activities that immediately led to growth. Whether it was blindfolded Lego activities or being called on at random, I enjoyed the experience of having my world flipped upside down. I was forced to be more confident, think quicker, and always be engaged. Additionally, I have learned that failure is essential for growth to happen. I've noticed that when I fail, my brain immediately feels the need to mold me into a new person or at least make a change in my lifestyle. For example, in my macroeconomics class, I missed an assignment because I didn't have my Canvas calendar organized. After this happened, I made sure to format my Canvas site so that I could easily see what assignments were due. I also changed my calendar checking habits. I now check my calendar several times per day to make sure I never miss an assignment again. I'm thankful for ESP 103 because it pointed out the fact that growth is possible. I was able to be more mindful of my college journey because I could see growth happening in real time. Every day, every class, every assignment leads me in the direction of growth, and I now understand the reality of the threshold concept, the brain is plastic, and growth is possible. The second threshold concept is play is serious work. When I first heard this statement, it confused me. I've always imagined play as an activity for kids and kids only. Now, I understood that adults had the ability to play, but in my mind, it was just for fun and didn't provide any value. However, through hands-on experiences in ESP 103, I learned the seriousness of play. I learned that it is profitable for growth, for creativity, and for understanding your abilities in the context of creative activities. The first play I did in ESP 103 was a Lego activity where our class was split up into teams of two. One person was blind but could speak. The other person was able to see but was mute. The blind person had to communicate with the mute person to make a creative Lego project. We had to use our critical thinking skills and creativity to make something coherent. It tested our patience and problem-solving skills, and I was amazed that a playful activity could push a class of college students to grow in so many different ways. I learned how important it is to be flexible and experiment with different ideas and to fail in the process. Another form of play that inspired growth was the AI imaging business plan. While leveraging AI to inspire creativity, I learned the importance of flexible thinking. When I prompted ChatGPT to make an image, the AI could come up with numerous image ideas. I learned to take what the bot gave me and work with that. Being flexible was imperative because if I had stuck with the same exact plan all along, the images would not have reflected the business plan. Overall, the threshold concept of play is serious work seemed foreign to me at first. I was skeptical of the idea that kids' games could be productive. However, I was proven wrong because of the undeniable growth my classmates and I had because of our play in ESP 103. The third threshold concept is motivation is designed, not just found. When I first heard this, I resonated with it immediately. I've struggled with motivation in the past, and I was worried about this coming into college. However, through experiences inside and outside of ESP 103, I have created an environment that harbors motivation and keeps out laziness. When I arrived on a campus, I made sure to stay organized and recognized when I lacked motivation. As I previously mentioned, my organization wasn't perfect. However, I made sure to improve my scheduling organization, thus improving my motivation. From my perspective, being organized is synonymous with being motivated and productive. I feel like when I have a clean space to work, I can focus. This is because when I'm working in a dirty environment, I get distracted and want to fix everything. However, I feel overwhelmed and end up getting nothing done. This is similar to the fact that I feel more motivated when I split up my work evenly throughout the week. When I procrastinate, I feel overwhelmed and my motivation levels go down. I saw this firsthand in the early parts of the semester. During week 2, I was stuck on a Wednesday night with no motivation and a boatload of work to get done. I had procrastinated and found myself overwhelmed with work. After that night, I knew I needed to make a change. I decided I would split up my work for the week evenly. That way, I was organized and not overwhelmed. This environment has definitely helped me to keep consistent motivation and not just bursts of motivation for a couple days at a time. Overall, the threshold concept of motivation is designed, not found, has resonated with me time and time again over the last 8 weeks, and I have benefited from organization in limiting procrastination. The fourth threshold concept is curiosity is a virtue and a noble aim. I have found myself to be a curious person in general. During my time at Miami, I have had the opportunity to grow my curiosity in 4 aspects, which are spark, drive, shift, and compass. Starting with spark, I found artificial intelligence extremely interesting when I made a business model using AI imaging. The technology of it amazed me and caused me to experiment more with what AI could do for me. This activity was my spark for my interest in AI. From here, my drive to investigate the technological powers of AI increased. I talked to AI and experimented with how to find out how to manipulate it to do what I want with it. Similarly to what I mentioned earlier, this stage of curiosity came naturally to me. The next stage of curiosity is shift. In my AI journey, I haven't gotten to this stage yet. Shifting involves looking at how you can use your curiosity to help others. This could look like making an AI app that helps others in numerous ways. One experience in my life that has hit the shift stage of curiosity is my window cleaning business. I've always been curious about starting a business, so when I came across the Side Hustle Club at Miami, I knew that it would be a valuable experience. In Side Hustle Club, I network with other business owners. I help them with certain aspects of their businesses, and they help me with certain aspects of my business. Now, the final stage of curiosity is compass, or virtue. With my window cleaning business, I feel that I have begun this stage. I'm constantly exploring different ways to grow my business in revenue and quality. This virtue has become an integral part of my life because I'm always looking for ways to improve different aspects of my life. It goes to show that once you achieve a virtue like curiosity, it can't go away. Overall, my time at Miami has led me to grow my curiosity in numerous different areas. Thank you so much for your time. Reflecting on my transformation over the past couple of months has made me realize how important the threshold concepts are. I have instilled these values into me in a way that I can't lose them.